Chapter 12 Surface Areas and Volumes. Exercise 12.1. First question. Two cubes each of volume 64 centimeter cube are joined end to end. Find the surface area of the resulting cuboid. So two cubes with 4 centimeter each side joined. Here we are getting length as 4 centimeter, breadth 4 centimeter, but height is 2 cube height. That means 8 centimeter. We can write length 4 centimeter, breadth also 4 centimeter here. And height is coming 2 times of 4, 2 cubes, 8 centimeter. Now volume of a cube is equal to side cube. Side into side into side. That is given as 64 centimeter cube. We know that 4 cube is equal to 64. From here we can write that is side of the cube. That means A is equal to 4. Side into side into side, that is 64 volume. Now one side of the cube, that is 4 centimeter. Now we got all these three. What we had to find the surface area of the cuboid. So surface area of the cuboid is equal to 2 into LB plus BH plus LH. We can put the values 2 in bracket L into B. L and B 4 centimeter each, plus B breadth 4 centimeter, height is 8, plus length is 4 centimeter, height is 8. So which is equal to 2 into 4 into 4, 16 plus 32 plus 32, which is equal to 2 into 80 is equal to 160 centimeter square. So total surface area of this cuboid is 160 centimeter square. Second question. A vessel is in the form of a hollow hemisphere mounted by a hollow cylinder. Hemisphere, this is the cylinder. The diameter of the hemisphere is 14 centimeter. If the diameter is 14 centimeter, then we can write that as radius R is equal to 14 by 2 is equal to 7 centimeter. And diameter of the hemisphere is 14 centimeter and the total height of the vessel, that is 13 centimeter. Find the inner surface area of the vessel. So total height is 13 centimeter. We know that the radius of the hemisphere, that is 7 centimeter. So this also 7 centimeter. This height also 7 centimeter. So 13 minus 7, 6 centimeter is the height of the cylinder. So we can write height of the cylinder is equal to 13 minus 7, that is 6 centimeter. Now inner surface area of the vessel, that means inner surface area of the hemisphere plus inner surface area of the cylinder, which is equal to inner surface area of the hemisphere 2 pi r square plus cylinder 2 pi rh. Here radius is same, here 7 centimeter for the hemisphere and for the cylinder. So we can write this as 2 pi r, we can take that as common, then r plus h, which is equal to 2 into pi is 22 by 7, radius is 7, in bracket again radius plus height of the cylinder, 2 pi rh for the cylinder, inner surface area of the cylinder. So height of the cylinder, that is 6, which is equal to 7 we can cancel, 2 into 22, 44 into 7 plus 6, 13. Is equal to 572 centimeter square. So inner surface area of the vessel is equal to 572 centimeter square. Question number 3. A toy is in the form of a cone of radius 3.5 centimeter mounted on a hemisphere of the same radius 3.5 centimeter, and the total height of the toy is 15.5 centimeter. Find the total surface area of the toy. So radius of the hemisphere and radius of the cone are same, that is 3.5 centimeter. So we can write radius is equal to 3.5 centimeter, which is equal to 7 by 2. Just multiply by up and down. So we will get that as 7 by 2 centimeter as the radius in fraction to avoid the decimal point. Then total height of the toy, here it's given 15.5 centimeter. Then height of the cone is equal to 15.5 minus 3.5. This much height we have to minus to find the height of the cone. Height of the cone means this one, that is height. This side is slant height, L. Now to find slant height of the cone is equal to root of h square plus r square. Here we are getting a right angle triangle, this one, this side if you are taking. So this is a right angle triangle, 90 degree. So h square plus r square is equal to L square. So here h is equal to, already we got that as 12. 12 square plus r we can take 7 by 2 under the root. 12 square is 144. 49 by 4. Then we are taking 4 as the LCM. It is equal to taking the square root 25 by 2. That is slant height L is equal to 25 by 2 centimeter. Slant height is this one. Slant height of the cone. This is the height of the cone and radius of the cone. Right angle triangle. So this is the hypotenuse for the 90 degree here. L square is equal to h square plus r square. Using that formula, we can find the slant height. Now we got the slant height as 25 by 2 centimeter. Here find the total surface area of the toy. The total surface area of the toy is equal to curved surface area of the hemisphere plus curved surface area of the cone. Formula: curved surface area of the hemisphere, that is 2 pi r square, and curved surface area of the cone pi rl. Here radius is same for the hemisphere and the cone, so we can take that as common. Pi r we can take as common. From here 2r plus L, which is equal to pi is 22 by 7. Radius we can take in fraction 7 by 2. In bracket 2 into radius, that is 7 by 2, plus slant height, now we got 25 by 2. 7 we can cancel, 2 by, so 11, which is equal to 11 into, here 14 plus 25, that we will get as 39. 39 by 2. So when we are multiplying here, 429 by 2 centimeter square. If we are dividing, we will get to 14.5 centimeter square. 429 by 2 centimeter square, or we are dividing by 2, we will get 214.5 centimeter square. That is the total surface area of the toy, hemisphere plus cone. Question number 4. A cubical block of side 7 centimeter is surmounted by a hemisphere. Say hemisphere. What is the greatest diameter of the hemisphere? Greatest diameter. which is same as the side of the cubical block. So diameter is same as the cubical block. So we can write side of the cube, that is 7 centimeter. Then radius will be half of that, 7/2 centimeter. Then find the total surface area of the solid. So total surface area of the solid is equal to surface area of the cubical block plus curved surface area of the hemisphere, that minus base area of the hemisphere. So we can write that is equal to surface area of the cubical block. We know that 6 into side square. That plus curved surface area of the hemisphere, that is 2 pi r square. Then minus base area of the hemisphere. Base area hemisphere, that means circle, so pi r square, which is equal to 6 into 6a square. We can write a as the side, so 6a square plus 2 pi r square minus pi r square is pi r square, which is equal to 6 into a is 7. So 7 square plus 22/7 into radius is 7/2. 7/2 radius square, so 7/2. Here 7 and 7 can cancel, by 2 it will come 11. So 7 into 7, 49. 49 into 6, 294. Plus here 11 into 7, 77/2. It is 38.5. Which is equal to, when we are adding, 332.5 centimeter square. So we can write surface area of the solid is equal to 332.5 centimeter square. Question number 5. A hemispherical depression. So we can see a hemisphere depression is cut out from one face of the cubical wooden block, such that the diameter L of the hemisphere is equal to edge of the cube. The diameter, this one, is equal to diameter L of the hemisphere is equal to edge of the cubicle, this side, or L of the cube. Determine the surface area of the remaining solid. So we can take diameter of the hemisphere is equal to edge of the cube. Diameter of the hemisphere is same as edge of the cube. Cube means all sides are equal in length. So we can write that as equal to L. Then if the diameter is L, radius of the hemisphere, that is L/2. We have to find the surface area of the remaining solid. So for that, total surface area of the solid is equal to surface area of the cube. First we have to take the surface area of the cube. That means 6a square, 6 into side square, plus curved surface area of the hemisphere, that is 2 pi r square, minus base area of the hemisphere. This circle we have to minus. It's curved from the surface of the cube. So that part we removed. That we have to minus. Curved surface area, base area of the hemisphere. That means the form of a circle. So we can write that as pi r square. So this is equal to a side of the, this we can write as 6a square by 2 pi r square minus pi r square, that is pi r square. Now here 6 into, in place of a, edge of the cube, that is L. A is equal to L here. So 6L square plus pi into radius, we know that is L/2 here. So L/2 the whole square, which is equal to 6L square plus pi L square by 4. Take 4 as the LCM. 24 L square plus pi L square by 4. We can take L square by 4 as common. Then here 24 plus pi. So that is the total surface area of the solid. You can write therefore total surface area of the solid is equal to L square by 4 into 24 plus pi square unit. Question number 6. A medicinal capsule is in shape of a cylinder with two hemispheres stuck to each of its ends. The length of the entire capsule, that is 14 millimeter, and the diameter is 5 millimeter. Find its surface area. So we can divide this into two hemispherical parts. So here the diameter of the cylindrical part, that is 5 millimeter. So radius, that will come as 5 by 2 millimeter. So here 5 by 2 or 2.5. This side also 2.5. Then length of the cylindrical part from here till here, cylindrical part, which means 14 minus 2.5 plus 2.5. That is 14 minus 5 is equal to 9 millimeter. So we can write cylindrical part that as 9 millimeter. Now its surface area. Total surface area of this capsule is equal to surface area of the cylindrical part, this one. Surface area of the cylindrical part plus two hemispheres are here. One is here, the other one is here. So curved surface area of the hemisphere, that into 2. We can write total surface area of the capsule is equal to surface area of the cylinder, that we know that 2 pi RH, plus two hemispheres are there. So 2 into curved surface area of the hemisphere, that is 2 pi r square. From here we can take 2 pi r as common. From here h plus 2 pi r is taken, then 2 and 1 r. Then we can substitute the values. 2 into 22 by 7 into radius is 5 by 2. 5 by 2 in bracket height of the cylinder, that is 9, plus 2 into 5 by 2, which is equal to, here 2 and 2 we can cancel, 22 into 5 by 7 into, here this 2 and 2 will cancel, 9 plus 5, 14. Here 7 and 14 we can divide by 7. 2, which is equal to 2 into 5, 10. 22 into 10, 220 millimeter square. So total area, surface area of the capsule is equal to 220 millimeter square. Question number 7. A tent is in the shape of a cylinder surmounted by a conical top. If the height of and diameter of the cylindrical part are 2.1, height is 2.1 meter and diameter is 4 meter, and the slant height of the top, that is 2 point slant height L is equal to 2.8 meter. Find the area of the canvas used for making the tent. Also find the cost of the canvas of the tent at the rate of 500 rupees per meter square. Note that the base of the tent will not be covered with the canvas. So we can write first the given terms. Diameter of the cylinder, that is 4 meter. Therefore radius is equal to 4 by 2, 2 meter. Height of the cylinder 2.1 meter. Slant height of the conical part of that cone 2.8. Slant height L, that is equal to 2.8 meter. Then canvas, how much canvas required to make this tent for that, which is equal to total surface area of the tent, which is equal to surface area of the cylinder plus curved surface area of the cone. So surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi RH plus curved surface area of the cone, that is pi RL. From here we can take pi r as common, then 2h here plus L, which is equal to pi is 22 by 7, radius is 2. In bracket 2 into h is 2.1 plus slant height is 2.8, which is equal to 22 into 2, that is 44. 44 by 7 into 2 into 2.1, that is 4.2 plus 2.8, which is equal to 44 by 7 into 7, which is equal to 4 plus 2, 6, and 0.2 plus 0.8, 1, so it will come 7. Then 44 by 7 into 7, we can cancel that 7. Now we are getting 44. What is the unit? Meter. So meter square. Total surface area of the tent is equal to 44 meter square. Now we have to find the cost, total cost for the tent. Canvas of the tent at the rate of rupees 500 per meter square. So multiply this one with 500. Total cost is equal to, so total surface area or total canvas required, that is 44 meter square. Then total cost of the canvas is equal to 44 into 500, which is equal to 22,000 rupees. Question number 8. From a solid cylinder whose height is 2.4 centimeter and diameter is 1.4 centimeter, a conical cavity of the same height and same diameter is hollowed out. Find the total surface area of the remaining solid to the nearest centimeter square. Now from here diameter is given 1.4 centimeter, that is same as for the cone also here. So diameter of the cylinder is equal to diameter of the cone, which is equal to 1.4 centimeter. Now radius of the cylinder or radius of the cone, which is equal to half of that, that is 1.4 divided by 2 is equal to 0.7 centimeter. Then height of the cylinder, that is given as 2.4 centimeter, which is same as height of the cone also. So height of the cylinder and height of the cone both are same. We can represent that as h is equal to 2.4 centimeter. Now we are going to find the slant height of the cone. This 90 degree is the radius. Radius already we have, that as 0.7. This 0.7 is the height, that is 2.4. Now slant height L. So using the formula L is equal to root of h square plus r square, which is equal to, in place of height 2.4, 2.4 square plus radius is 0.7. And we are squaring that 2.4 square, that is 5.76 plus 0.7 the whole square, that is 0.49, which is equal to 6.25. That means 2.5 centimeter. Now we got the slant height as 2.5 centimeter. Then find the total surface area of the solid, remaining solid. Now total surface area of the remaining solid is equal to curved surface area of the cylinder. Curved surface area of the cylinder plus base area of the cylinder, that is a circle. Then that plus curved surface area of the cone, this cavity from top. So only base area here one time, that circle, and here on top it's open and the cavity. So curved surface area of the cone. We can write that is equal to curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi RH plus base area of the cylinder, that means this circle, pi r square, plus curved surface area of the cone, inside the cone, that is pi r L. From here we can take pi r as common, and here 2h plus here 1 r and here L. We can put the values for each. Pi is 22 by 7, radius is 0.7, in bracket 2 into h, 2 into 2.4, plus radius is 0.7 plus L, slant height now we got, that is 2.5, which is equal to, here we can cancel 7 and here 0.7, we will get 0.1. So when you are multiplying with the 0.1, it will come 2.2 into, in bracket, 2 into 2.4, that is 4.8 plus 0.7 plus 2.5, which is equal to 2.2 into, so when we adding 4.8 plus 0.7 and 2.5, we will get that as 8. So 2.2 into 8, that is equal to 17.6. So we can write total surface area of the remaining solid is equal to 17.6 centimeter square. Question number 9. A wooden article was made by scooping out a hemisphere from each end of the solid cylinder as shown in the figure. If the height of the cylinder is 10 centimeter and its base radius is 3.5 centimeter, find the total surface area of the article. For that, height of the cylinder is 10 centimeter, radius is given as 3.5 centimeter, that we can write as 7 by 2 centimeter. To make the calculation work easy, to avoid decimal point, we can write that as 7 by 2. 7 by 2 is equal to 3.5. Now, find the total surface area. So, total surface area of the solid is equal to curved surface area of the cylinder plus 2 curved surface area of the two hemispheres. So 2 into curved surface area of the hemisphere, which is equal to curved surface area of the cylinder means 2 pi RH plus 2 hemispheres are there. So 2 into curved surface area of the hemisphere, that is 2 pi r square. So we can take 2 pi r as common. From here h plus 2 pi r, when we are taking 2 and 1 r, 2r, which is equal to, so put the values, 2 into 22 by 7 into radius 7 by 2. Height is 10. 2 into radius is 7 by 2. 7 and 7 will cancel, 2 and 2 will cancel. So which is equal to 22 into, here 2 and 2 will cancel, 10 plus 7, that is 17. So 22 into 17, which is equal to 374 centimeters square. So total surface area of the remaining solid is equal to 374 centimeters square area. Question number 1, exercise 12.2. A solid is in the shape of a cone standing on a hemisphere with both their radii as 1 centimeter and height of the cone is equal to its radius. That means that also 1 centimeter. Find the volume of the solid in terms of pi. So radius is 1 centimeter, height of the cone is same as the radius, which means 1 centimeter. Volume of the solid is equal to volume of the hemisphere plus volume of the cone, which is equal to volume of the hemisphere, that is 2 by 3 pi r cube, plus volume of the cone 1 by 3 pi r square h. Put the values for r and h, which is equal to 2 by 3 pi r is 1. So 1 cube is 1 itself, plus 1 by 3 pi r is 1. So 1 square, 1 cube, here 1 square into 1, which is equal to 2 by 3 pi. 1 cube is same as 1, and when you are multiplying with 1, 2 by 3 pi, plus here also same, 1 by 3 pi into 1, 1 by 3 pi, which is equal to 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3, that means 3 by 3 pi, which is equal to pi itself. So we can write pi centimeter cube. Volume of the solid is equal to pi centimeter cube in terms of pi. Second question. Rachel, an engineering student, was asked to make a model shaped like a cylinder with two cones attached at its two ends by using a thin aluminum sheet. The diameter of the model is 3 centimeter. Diameter is 3 centimeter and its length is 12 centimeter. If each cone has a height 2 centimeter, find the volume of the air contained in the model. So we can take here diameter is equal to, that's given as 3 centimeter. Therefore radius is equal to 3 by 2 centimeter. Height of the cone is given as 2 centimeter, that we can take as by small h. And height of the cylinder, total height is 12. That minus here 2 centimeter for the cone, this also 2 centimeter. So 2 plus 2, 4. 12 minus 4, 8 centimeter. So height of the cylinder is 8 centimeter, that we can write with capital H. Then volume of the air contained in that model is equal to volume of the cylinder plus 2 into 2 cones are there. Volume of the cone, which is equal to volume of the cylinder, that is pi r square h. Pi r square capital H plus 2 cones are there. So 2 into volume of the cone, that we can take, that is 1 by 3 pi r square small h. Height is different for the cone and cylinder. Cylinder we will mark that as capital H, 8 centimeter, and small h for the cone. From here we can take pi r square as common. Radius is same for the cone and cylinder. So pi r square in bracket h plus from here 2 by 3 pi r square already is taken out, then h, which is equal to pi 22 by 7, r is 3 by 2. So r square means 3 by 2 into 3 by 2 in bracket capital H, that means height of the cylinder 8, plus 2 by 3 small h, that means height of the cone. When we are simplifying here 11, so 3 into 3 9, 9 into 11 99, by here we are getting 14, 2 into 7, and in bracket 8 plus 2 into 2, 4 by 3. We can take LCM as 3, so multiply by 3 up and down. So that will come as 99 by 14 into in bracket 24, 24 plus 4 by 3, which is equal to 99 by 14 into 24 plus 4, 28 by 3. 14 2 times in 28. When we are dividing by 3, here 33. So 33 into 2, 66 centimeter cube. Volume, so centimeter cube. So volume of the air contained in this model is equal to 66 centimeter cube. Third question. A gulab jamun contains sugar syrup up to about 30% of its volume. Find approximately how much syrup would be found in 45 gulab jamuns, each shaped like a cylinder with 2 hemispherical ends, with length 5 cm and diameter 2.8 cm. So first we can consider one gulab jamun. Total length is here given 5 cm and diameter 2.8 cm. So we can write that diameter is 2.8 cm, radius is half of that is 1.4 cm. Total length is 5 cm. Then height of the cylinder, that means 5 minus 2.8. This is half of the diameter, that is 1.4 centimeter here. Same way the other side also, that also 1.4. So 1.4 plus 1.4, 2.8. That we have to minus from 5 to get the cylinder height. So now we are getting 5 minus 2.8 is equal to 2.2 centimeter. That is the height of the cylinder. Now volume of one gulab jamun is equal to volume of this cylinder plus 2 into volume of the hemisphere. 2 hemispheres are here, one and here another one. So 2 into volume of the hemisphere. The middle part is a cylindrical form. So volume of the cylinder we can write that as pi r square h plus 2 into volume of the hemisphere, that is 2 by 3 pi r cube. Put the values. Here we can take pi r square as common. From here h and 2 into 2, 4 by 3. Pi r square already taken out, then remaining 1 r. So when we are putting the values, 22 by 7 into radius is 1.4. 1.4 into 1.4 in bracket h is equal to here height of the cylindrical part, h is here 2.2. 2.2 plus 4 by 3, radius is 1.4. 7 and 1.4 we can divide by 7. Here 0.2, which is equal to 22 into 2 into 14, 28 decimal point, then 0.28 in bracket 2.2 plus 4 into 1.4, that is 5.6 by 3. Then take 3 as the LCM, multiply with 3, and when we are writing it will come 22 into 0.28 into 12.2. Here 3 we have to take as the LCM. So 2.2 into 3, 6.6, that plus 5.6. So 12.2, and the common denominator 3 is here. Then when we are multiplying all this, we will get that as 75.152. That divided by 3, which is equal to 25.05. Here we got volume of one gulab jamun, that is 25.05 centimeter cube. Like that way 45 gulab jamuns are there. So volume of sugar syrup in 45 gulab jamuns is equal to 45 into 30% of volume of one gulab jamun. So we can write 45 into 30% means 30 by 100 of one gulab jamun. Volume of one gulab jamun, that is 25.05. When we are simplifying, we will get 338.18 centimeter cube. That is the volume of this sugar syrup in 45 gulab jamuns. Question number 4. A pen stand made of wood in the shape of a cuboid with 4 conical depressions to hold the pens. The dimensions of the cuboid are 15 centimeter, 10 centimeter and 3.5 centimeter. So we can find volume of the cuboid. L into B into height, LBH. 15 into 10 into 3.5 is equal to 525 centimeter cube. That is the volume of this base cuboid. Then here it's given radius of each of the depressions is 0.5. That means radius of the cone is 0.5. Here the conical shape depression, that radius is 0.5 centimeter, and depth means height of the cone, that is 1.4 centimeter. Find the volume of the wood in the entire stand. So volume of one cone, that means 1 by 3 pi r square h, such 4 cones are there. So volume of 4 cones is equal to 4 into 1 by 3 into 22 by 7 into r is 0.5. 0.5 into 0.5 into height is 1.4. Here we can simplify 7 and 1.4, and after that multiplying, then divide by 3, we will get 1.46 centimeter square. That is volume of 4 cones. Now volume of the wood is equal to volume of the cuboid minus volume of 4 cones, which means volume of the 4 cones, which means volume of the cuboid is 525, that minus volume of 4 cones already we calculated, that is 1.46, which is equal to 523.54 centimeter cube. Volume, that is centimeter cube. So volume of the wood is equal to 523.54 centimeter cube. Question number 5. A vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. Its height is 8 centimeter and radius of its top, which is 5 centimeter. It is filled with water up to the brim. When lead shots, each of which is a sphere of radius 0.5 centimeter, are dropped into the vessel, then 1/4 of the water flows out. Find the number of lead shots dropped in the vessel. First we have to calculate the volume of water in the cone shape, inverted cone, or in that vessel. So radius of the cone is given as 5 centimeter, height of the cone 8 centimeter. Therefore volume of the cone is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h, which is equal to 1 by 3 pi into r is 5, so 5 into 5 into 8. When we are simplifying that, we will get 200 by 3 pi, that much centimeter cube. Now here saying that it is filled with up to the, when lead shots, each of which is a sphere shape of radius, are dropped into the vessel, 1/4 of the water flows out. So volume of water flows out. Volume of water flows out, which is equal to 1/4 of the volume of the water in the cone. So 1/4 of 200 by 3 pi. When we are dividing by 4, we will get that as 50. So 50 by 3 pi centimeter cube. Water flows out. Volume of water flows out when the lead shots put inside the cone. This much, 1/4 of the volume of the cone. That means 50 by 3 pi centimeter cube. Now we have to calculate volume of the lead shots. Here given radius of the lead shot, that is 0.5 centimeter. It's a spherical shape. So volume of one lead shot is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So 4 by 3 into pi into radius is 0.5 centimeter. So 0.5 cube. 4 by 3 into pi into 0.5 into 0.5 into 0.5. When we are simplifying, we will get that as pi by 6 centimeter cube. So here we don't know how many lead shots are put on that vessel. So we can take that as n. N be the number of lead shots. Therefore, n into volume of one lead shot is equal to volume of water flows out, or the number of lead shots in the cone in that vessel, which is equal to volume of water flows out, that divided by volume of one lead shot. So which is we can write that as volume of water flows out, that already we got that 50 by 3 pi. 50 by 3 pi, that divided by volume of one lead shot, pi by 6 or 1 by 6 pi. When we are dividing, pi we can cancel. 50 by 3, take the reciprocal, into 6 by 1. So when we are simplifying here, 50 into 2, 100. So we got n, or number of lead shots, is equal to 100. Question number 6. A solid iron pole consists of a cylinder of height 220 centimeter and base diameter is 24 centimeter, which means radius is 12 centimeter, which is surmounted by another cylinder of height 60 centimeter and radius 8 centimeter. Find the mass of the pole given that 1 centimeter cube of iron has approximately 8 gram mass. So first we can calculate volume of the both the cylinders. So this we can mark as first cylinder. This is the second one. So first calculate the volume of the first cylinder. Pi r square h. Pi here we have to take as 3.14. So 3.14 into radius is 12. 12 into 12 into height is 220. So here we are getting 99,475.2 centimeter cube. Same way we have to find the volume of the second cylinder. So we will get volume of the second cylinder using the formula pi r square h. Pi as 3.14, radius 8 centimeter. So 8 into 8, height is 60. That is 12,057.6 centimeter cube. Then the entire solid shape, volume of that solid is equal to volume of the first cylinder plus volume of the second cylinder. When we are adding, this is the volume of the first cylinder, this is the volume second cylinder. When we are adding, we will get 1,11,532.8 centimeter cube. This is the volume of the solid, both the cylinders together. Now here it's given that mass of, we had to find mass of the pole, the entire pole. Given that 1 centimeter cube of iron has approximately 8 gram mass. So we have to multiply the volume by 8 gram. Then we will get the entire mass. So here first we calculated volume of the first cylinder, then volume of the second cylinder. Volume of the entire pole is equal to sum of the volume of both the cylinders. That we got 1,11,532.8 centimeter cube. Then per 1 centimeter cube of iron, that mass is given here, mass of 1 centimeter cube of iron is 8 gram. So mass of the pole is equal to volume of the pole into 8. When we are multiplying, we are getting that in gram, that we can convert to kilogram, 892.26 kilogram. Question number 7. A solid consists of a right circular cone of height 120 cm and radius 60 cm, standing on a hemisphere of radius 60 cm, is placed upright in a right circular cylinder full of water such that it touches the bottom. Find the volume of water left in the cylinder if the radius of the cylinder is 60 cm and its height is 180 cm. Total height of the cylinder 180 cm. So first we can calculate volume of water in the cylinder. Radius of the cylinder is 60 cm, height of the cylinder is 180 cm. Then volume of water in the cylinder is equal to pi r square h. It is equal to pi into radius is 60 and height is 180. It is equal to, here we got the volume of the cylinder. Now we have to calculate volume of the cone and volume of the hemisphere. After that we have to add these two. So volume of the cone is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h is equal to 1 by 3 pi, here radius is 60 and height of the cone, that is 120. Next, volume of the hemisphere. Is equal to volume of the hemisphere, that is 2 by 3 pi r cube. 2 by 3 pi r cube is equal to 2 by 3 into pi into, here also radius, hemisphere also with the same radius, 60 cube. Now we calculated volume of all three items. First volume of the cylinder, then volume of the cone, volume of the hemisphere. Now volume of the solid which immersed in the cylinder, that means cone plus hemisphere. Volume of the solid is equal to volume of the hemisphere plus cone, or cone plus hemisphere. Volume of the cone plus hemisphere. So we had to add volume of the cone and volume of the hemisphere, which is equal to when we are adding these two together, we are getting 2,88,000 pi centimeter cube. That is volume of both hemisphere and cone. So volume of water left in the cylinder, which is equal to volume of the cylinder minus volume of the solid. So we are getting that is, and use pi is equal to 3.14. We are getting in centimeter cube. So that we can make it convert to meter cube by moving 2, 4, 6 places to left. So 1.131 meter cube. This is in centimeter cube. So to find water left in the cylinder, first we calculated volume of the cylinder, then volume of the hemisphere plus volume of the cone. When we are adding these two, this is the solid, that we have to minus from the volume of the cylinder, that much water in the container. Then multiply, take the value of pi as 3.14 and then finally convert to meter cube, it will come 1.131. Question number 8. A spherical glass vessel has a cylindrical neck 8 cm long and 2 cm diameter. That means radius is 1 cm. The diameter of the spherical part is 8.5 cm. By measuring the amount of water it holds, a child finds its volume to be 345 cm cube. Check whether she is correct, taking the above as in the inside measurements, and pi is equal to 3.14. So first we have to calculate volume of the cylindrical part. So volume of the cylindrical radius is half of 2, that is 1 cm. Height is 8 cm. So volume of the cylindrical part is equal to pi r square h, which is equal to pi as 3.14, that into radius is 1 square into 8, which is equal to 25.12 centimeter cube. Now diameter is here given, and we have to calculate to find the volume of the spherical part. For that, diameter is given as 8.5 cm. So radius of the spherical part is equal to 8.5 by 2. We can remove the decimal point, that is 85 by 20 cm. Then volume of the spherical part is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube, which is equal to 4 by 3 into 3.14 into r cube, 85 by 20 cube, which is equal to, now we got volume of the spherical part, that is 321.39 centimeter cube, and volume of the cylindrical part, that is 25.12 centimeter cube. Then the total volume of this vessel, glass vessel, is equal to volume of the cylindrical part plus spherical part, which is equal to spherical part, that is 321.39 centimeter cube, that plus cylindrical part 25.12 centimeter cube, which is equal to 346.51 centimeter cube. This is the answer what we got, but the child got, that is 345 centimeter cube. So we can write which is not correct. The correct volume is 346.51 centimeter cube. So we can write volume measured by the child is 345 centimeter cube, which is not correct. Correct volume of the glass vessel is 346.51 centimeter cube.